Hello, everyone. Hemoglobin here. Uh, we're going to talk about something serious today. This is going to be one of my faceless vlogs. I am in my creative world, and I want to talk to you without having any distractions. So, the topic for today is friends and what friends mean to me and the different tiers of friends. So, basically, there are what the saying is their friends come in, people come into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. So in elementary school, when I was in uh, New Mexico, I was very popular and everyone treated me nice, and there was no conditional friendship. Like, if you do this, I'll be your friend type deal. Um, in South Carolina, however, I had a friend, air quotes, friend, um, who we would play games as a group, and he would say, "If you don't let me go, I'm like." Okay, so it was like a capture the bandit type thing. So he was a bandit, and I captured him. So he was just like, "If you don't let me go, we're not going to be friends," and blah blah blah. So that's kind of like the conditional friendship that I'm talking about. And in the fourth grade, there was the drug abuse resistance education there, and we had to draw our best friend. So I was just like, okay, well, I'm going to draw Robbie. And the teacher was just like, oh no, you can only have a best friend if they think that you're the best friend too. And I was just like, okay, well, then I don't have anybody. And this is after my brother left to be with his birth father. And so I didn't have him. And the teacher was like, "Oh, just draw your dog." I'm like, "I don't have a dog," so I had to make up a dog. So I had to make up a best friend to do this stupid exercise, and this like kind of followed me. I was never anyone's number one. Like MySpace, Facebook, whenever they had like their group rankings, I was not anyone's number one ever, except for this one guy that I dated. Um, so yeah, it's kind of frustrating because so you still don't have like best friend, okay? Not a number one. Um, and so there's that thing, the discrepancy. If you consider them your best friend, and they might consider you a best friend, or they think you're a good friend or a great friend or whatever. So for me, what a great friend is someone that I can talk to, like pick up from wherever we left off. Even if it's been years since we last talked, we can just go right into a rhythm and just start talking again. A great friend is one like when you're with them, they're there for you, and they're not easily distracted. The great friend, however, I do not divulge my deepest secrets, and we don't communicate that frequently. My tier for best friends, and it's not just one best friend, I have a tier, and I tell them my darkest, deepest secrets. Um, so I know that be, they can handle it, and uh, like still love me all the same. And that's like love is a part of being a best friend. Um, great friend is I really enjoy your presence type thing. It's not like necessarily love. And love for me is like willing to bury a body for that person type deal. Um, and I know that's kind of a dark way to look at it, but that's how I feel about it. Um, and so a best friend is like someone that I'm always talking to. If I don't talk to you frequently, we'll have like a 2.5 hour conversation, which I did last night, and I really enjoyed it. That was with one of my besties, and it was just easy to talk. Um, easy to talk to this person. So trying to elaborate more because it's only been 6 minutes. Um, I had two people that I thought were like best friends, and at the time they were. They were like ride or die, but then when um I left the area, we kind of stopped communicating, and I feel like if we were in each other's presence, it would still go back to normal. But at the same time, I don't know because there's just been that so much long time of just not talking to each other. And for those two best friends or former best friends, I wonder if they came in for a reason or a season. Um, Ayla was, I think, a reason because she like we just hung out all the time, all the time, all the time, and I really needed that. And then Kylie, the other one, was like I think I needed her to help me get over my breakup because she was friends with the guy that I had the most horrible breakup with. Um, Maybe I'll address it later. And it was so she was there for me, and we just kind of talked about it, and that I guess would be my reason. My season would be my friends that I had at college that we talked to, and it was just kind of like nice to talk to, and we would get stuff to eat together and whatnot. But it, like, once we went our separate ways, we went our separate ways. Like, there was no, je ne sais quoi. There was no like communication. Like, I tried to keep communicating, but she just wasn't interested, and I was just I don't know, like initially I was hurt by it, but after time I was just like, okay, whatever. Um, so it's friendship to me is interesting because it's dynamic. Um, and then like my dad, like he married his best friend, and I feel like I am with the current boyfriend that I have is my best friend and like the pinnacle, I guess, best friend, maybe. I don't know. Kind of still a tier. Um, because it's just like me and the guy that I'm dating and the person that I talked to last night for 2.5 hours. Like they're kind of equal in the certain scenarios. And then I guess there's a lower tier best friend because I do tell my deepest, darkest secret to those two, but they, how should I say this? Like we don't talk all the time, um, like we probably should. Like I'll watch a TikTok and I'll think of them, so I'll send them the link. Uh, so that's the thing. And just trying to think of other things. Like, sorry I'm not organized. I didn't put like a bunch of bullets down like I do for the other subjects. So conditional friendship, good or great friends, lower tier best friend, and then highest tier best friend. Those are kind of like the areas that I have. So, I mean, if you agree or disagree, let me know. It's greatly appreciated. Always nice to have your feedback. Uh, like friends, like besties, I think we would lie for each other. Um, and then the pinnacle best friend, the guy that I'm dating and hopefully will marry, uh, that's a I will take a bullet for him type best friend. And so that's the pinnacle for me. I couldn't live life without him. So I'd rather be dead than he be dead and me live on. if that makes sense. Um, Trying to think if there's anything else. Sorry, because I just spent lunch, I spent 3 hours talking to a very good friend, and it's another one of those very good friends. Told her my deepest, darkest secret. Um, and we don't hang out that much, but when we do hang out, it's like 3 hours of easy conversation type deal. And um, like we could both take naps, like on the couch, like her on one side and me on the other side of the sectional, and I would feel fine with that. Like I feel like I wouldn't be wasting time. Like it's a type of bonding. And that's like me and Kylie had that type of bonding. Like we would go out, eat, go for a walk, and just be tired, and then like take a nap. And like neither of us would complain about the other one napping because we both kind of just passed out. Um, and then I have like coworkers that I enjoy, but I keep them at arm's length because I'm just like I don't want to hang out with you because I don't want to make things complicated. Um, but like I have this one coworker that I view as a good friend. Like she's going through it, so I'm just glad to be there for her. And I have this other person that I thought was a friend, but is that's a coworker, but he's kind of hot and cold, so it's just kind of like difficult to like gauge him and gauge our friendship and stuff. Um, Sorry, moment of silence, essentially. Then like I have another friend who keeps inviting me to like these Zoom Buddhist meeting type things, and I keep not going. I think it's like just made him super aggravated. But so I'm Nichiren Daishonin Buddhist, and I like being Buddhist because it wasn't like all judgy. But we had this one day of like the proverb of the day or whatever it's called, and it was if we don't like try to convert someone to the Nishin Daishonin Buddha, we can suffer for it. And I was just like, I'm not about that life. I Catholic, we went through that. I don't feel like doing it again. So that just turned me off to the whole like Nichiren Daishonin Buddha. So I mean, I occasionally chant the Lotus Sutra, but like the Nam Myoho Renge Kyo type deal and the rest of the sutra. Um, but after that experience, I'm not inclined to do that. And then like with my boyfriend, he would visit like so with the meetings either I was working or my boyfriend was visiting, and since I didn't see him that often, I would always just stick with him. I wouldn't like go and do something else. But now that he's moving in, I feel like I'd be more comfortable like leaving him to his own devices. Um, because he has his group of friends kind of far away, like hour and a half away, I think. And he has his group of friends, uh, girlfriends, um, guy friends that are kind of girls, not really trans, but like somewhere between male and female, like not female impersonators, but not fully trans either. I don't know if that makes sense. Probably not. You'd have to see it to understand it, um, or talk to them at depth about it. Um, so that's another thing. It's just kind of like people having groups of friends separate from relationship friends. So like I've been in friendships where my friend is friend with someone else, but I can't stand that other person. So I mean, it's an interesting game of balance you have to play. Um, so I guess there are friends that you can be your true self with, and that would be um, my boyfriend and his two male to female friends, um, where he can dress up as a woman and not a drag queen, but like as a woman, not trans either, but just still as a woman, and let his hair down and do his thing. And that's, I think, the hallmark of a best friend where you can just be yourself. Um, and I'm like, I don't know. I like to think that I am myself. Like with Kylie, I was definitely like myself with no abandonment. We got along great, like that. Um, but she kind of left my life, uh, which is unfortunate. And then I guess there's also the acquaintances that should be friends. Like in a previous vlog, I talked about Eric and how I should have like paid him more attention and possibly been friends with that. And then there's, of course, frenemies where like it's you're stuck somewhere and you just make friends with someone who's usually not that you're not usually into friendship wise. Um, and then friends that pick on you, like it's just not me. I'm not a guy who likes to be picked on, even if it's like jokingly or air quotes jokingly. Um, so that was just like in high school. That's what I guess other people did. Um, like guy friends would rag on each other. I don't know if out in the world there is a different term for that. Um, and they would just like mess with each other, say mean things, but not mean it. Um, I just wasn't about that life. I wasn't. So I just kind of ignored people like that. Um, so those were like, again, for like friends for a reason versus friends for a season, I'm a little confused about. Like, I had friends of all different walks of life in high school and to some degree elementary, middle school as well. Um, so I enjoyed that multicultural friend spectrum, is I guess what you might call it. Um, that was another thing with friends. Like some people are picky, some people are racist. Um, I if you make me smile or laugh and you're kind to me, like I'll be kind to you back. I enjoy making people laugh. I enjoy making people smile. So yeah, that was kind of like a low entrance bar. At least I considered it a low entrance bar to become my friend. Some might call them acquaintances, but for me, acquaintances like someone you know in passing, like you run in the same circle or something, and you're just like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah, great, great, okay, fantastic." Um, so that is the acquaintance. Then there's the friend. Like I used to play tennis, so I had is like it's a mixing pot of people. Because you have your poor, your rich, you have your um, European American, African American, Asian American, whatever, everything. Um, and then like there's the friends that are do a little extra for you, and I was not real picky in that regards either. Um, so like I've met a very diverse amount of people. Um, some of them like I had more deeper friendships with. Some of them were geared towards one thing in particular. Um, so I feel like there's more. So we have acquaintance, friend, good and great friend, best friend, absolute best friend. Those are kind of my tiers. Let me know what you think out there. If you agree that there are tiers like that, if you have tiers like that, is best friend a tier, or do you have like just one person, or like what do you define as friends and acquaintances, and within those tiers of that spectrum of friendships? Um, like, do you hang out with them at home, or do you just like really enjoy their company when you're like playing tennis, or you're altar serving, or you're um, doing X, Y, and Z together? Um, Let me know. I greatly appreciate that. I'm just going to wind this down and say that I hope you have a great day. And don't forget, you are loved and you are human, and it's okay. With love, hemoglobin.